Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here.
Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this another brand new day of me, because I can't think of anything more creative to do, just blending in a game intro with my normal vlogging. Thumbs up, welcome to the day. Real quick, I thought I'd start off with this. Yesterday morning, my kitty cat was waking me up. She was curled up and she wasn't petting me, I was petting her, and cats scratch because they have murder mittens, and so she was kneading because she was happy. Her claws were going like into my chest and in my hands. The very first time I got cellulitis was because of a cat bite, so I've always been kind of worried when she play bites. Yesterday, this scratch right here and this scratch right here, oh boy, they both got really red, and they were both really painful. I made sure to wash them several times, like 5 or 6 times, anytime I touched anything. And then I was putting on antibiotic ointment, and now it's still a little bit red, not a ton, just a tiny bit. This one, thankfully, almost cleared up, but Hokey smokes. Don't need that. I do not need cellulitis right now. Oh boy. Yeah, so that's joyous. For the weather and plague rat report, it was it raining last night? Oh yeah, it was. It was raining quite hard. In fact, it was raining quite hard all day. And I kept putting off going walkies because I was bored and I needed to go walkies, but I didn't want to go out in the rain until finally it was like 7 o'clock last night, and it's not going to stop raining. So I went out walkies, walked far. It was good, a really good walk. In fact, while I didn't go to Walmart, I didn't make the 6-mile trip. It was late enough and such that I just didn't want to take 2 hours out of my time. It was pleasant. I really enjoyed walking, and it was good. And it was raining, though, so even though I had to purchase sodas for today, I didn't have to. I chose to purchase sodas for their caffeine and flavor. Thumbs up for that. It was difficult carrying things back, of course, because one arm has to hold up the umbrella and the other hand has got the 2 bottles of soda on it, so it was nice being unbalanced on my walk. Past that, though, I mean, it was a fine walk. It was a good thing. Definitely a thumbs up. I enjoyed the walk. I enjoy walking. It is pleasurable. I did almost get killed a few times when it... Nice gasping sound there. A few times when I've gone walkies, when it has been just turned freezing, when the ties on the railroad tracks, the ties on the tie tracks, when the ties on the railroad tracks that I like to walk on, when the stuff, because they're wood, and they're older wood, and they're treated older wood, and so when they freeze, they get super slick, especially since there's, dirt and living things, which means things fall and decay, and, well, as you fall and decay, you kind of get mushy and slide around, and hey, there's a biological slick on everything, a nice biofilm. But so it was a few times walking was hard because, when you walk, you push off. That's why walking is a series of controlled falls. You are falling forward. If you do not bring that other foot forward to catch yourself, you are going to go thump down on your face. Walking is just a series of controlled falls. But you have to push off so that you can go into the fall. And with the ground being just slick as dog snot, trying to walk on the ties is sometimes just so hard because every step is just shwhoop. The foot just slides off the stuff, and I didn't walk anywhere. I didn't go forward because my foot just went shwhoop. And, you still got momentum, though, so your lower body doesn't go forward, but your upper body is still in the controlled fall. So that's fun. And the one best time, because it's dark and I can't see what's going on, there's no lights back in the worst parts of the tracks, you have pits between some of the ties. You can't see where your foot's going because they're all spaced irregularly. And I've had a few spots where I've come down with just the tip of my shoe onto the pit and then put my weight on my foot and then boom, a 4-inch fall, which means, of course, whoa, you're falling forward suddenly. So that's always fun. But it was just because of that and being wet and being rainy. It's all slick and slimy. I was up for that. But it's fun. It was fun, and I enjoy going walks, even on the tracks, even when it's dangerous. Just got to be more careful. So thumbs up on that. Also, I wish to thank each of these people. Thank you so very, very much. These are people that in the past couple days, since the last time that I posted a PayPal donation list of people up here that have donated in the past couple days. I always feel guilty when I say anything. So take that in mind. I mean, I'm old-fashioned, and the way I was raised and the way American culture raises you, it's difficult. And so I thank you, each and every one of you that went and donated and helped me out. Because like I said, I try not to ask for help. And so when I do, it's thank you, 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 each and every one of you. To everybody that helps me out. None of you have to do so. And the fact that you choose to do so is amazing and greatly, greatly appreciated. There have been many times where it has been just because of the kindness of all of you out there, I've been able to eat. And that's a good thing. I appreciate that very, very much. So, before I just turn this all into a thank you fest here, and thank you all, let's see if I have anything else on my list. Actually, I kind of do. I was thinking more about the calendrus and the fungal invasion stuff last night when I was at Lockheed's, because I tried to think creative stuff. And while it's not a lot of incredible stuff I'm thinking of, one thing is to have one of the people who's there have a moment where they take the protagonist as a moment of great hope. And they refuse to take this as anything but a moment of great hope. Because as I was trying to think of how they would put it, you know, they're all the people that are there, whether they were the original people of the Calendras who are now just skeletal remains that were animated by this zombie plague that are becoming sentient over time, or they are people who have come into this area dedicating their lives to learning more about what is happening, what they can do to stop it, and is there any hope? And so they have dedicated their lives, because once you cross the line of death and you're in the Calendras, you can't come back out. I mean, the fungal mass of the fungal mines in the southern continents are working desperately, trying to find a balancing act between using the continental resources for everybody else and using them to protect against this invasion. But they're continuously putting up things to filter the air and go underground and search in the waters to make sure that this stuff isn't breaking out of the invasion area and going to destroy the rest of the world. So anybody who goes in there can't come back out. You may be carrying an infection that they can't get rid of. And the last thing anybody wants is for somebody who's infected with a long incubation period going back to their home, center of the continent, and then they break out and it's behind the line of death. There's no protection, and suddenly, boom, it's growing there. So once you enter up there, you're stuck. Now, there is magic in this world, of course. There's a lot of magic. This is a moderately magic-rich world with a huge amount of history of technological advances and other races that have come to an advanced state, trying to find the correct words for this, an advanced state, and then left the planet with their technology and magics, and then a new bunch of races came up. Along with, this is still a set of universes that sort of soap bubble blurp together when there was a bunch of damage, when they would have died out, but instead they soap bubbled together, and all of their histories of all these different universes with different species were having to quickly mush together into something that's not even semi-coherent. So thumbs up for that. But there's all these people that have dedicated their lives, and there's magical ways to communicate with people that are back behind the other line of death. And this one person who has been there for 20, 30 years, for the people of the Calendras, who had been this new culture, this new society, that were then toppled by this fungal invasion that again just wiped them out. Because they would get this mold growing on their bones, and then when it got into their bones so far, there was a magical attack that again hit their reset buttons for their personalities and minds. But this one was worse because when they went mindless, after a time they would go dormant. And so far, every single one of them that has gone dormant has over time eventually lost body cohesion and just fallen apart into, instead of a skeleton standing in a cage type thing, they would just boom, loose mass of bones, at which point they're dead. But the main character of the story and of the game that I have envisioned is different. They're one of those that had fallen to dormancy but has woken up. Now, the whole thing, like 2% of the population of the Calendras magical plague beings have survived. 98% of the populace fell to this invasion and is gone. And of those 2%, it's like 0.01% is like the main character of the story actually came back from dormancy. And so this one person is saying, look, in the middle of all this, your being immune was a great ray of hope. This shows that, rare though it may be, we can still win in small ways. In the end, this win means nothing. We learned very little, only that a very small number will survive. So we know little and it won't help us fight, but it's hope. We have a win, and I refuse to take that as anything but a positive. It is a ray of hope in the darkness. It is a step forward, and I will not let anybody else's cynicism on this steal this from me. And so I think that is a good way for some of them to think. They're still positive with all this. There was a win. Thumbs up for that. So yeah, I'm still working on the people that have dedicated their lives to this, because there's Elvandry that go in there. There are the Dwarlen, the fungal-based type, because there's adventurous types that are cut off 99% from the fungal network, because the fungal networks still need new information. And those who are in the network aren't really suited for being cut off and going out and learning new things. So a very small percentage of these individuals aren't really connected to the network, and they have this wanderlust feeling, and they end up going outside of the larger kingdoms of the fungal mind and their places that they have to mingle, there's the word I'm looking for, mingle with the other races and the other species, and to do things and to learn things. And then after 50, 60 years, they have the urge to come back, and they bring all that new stuff back to the kingdom and the mind. So they continue to learn and evolve and grow. But a lot of these individuals as well have now the wanderlust not pushing them out for adventure, but they're heading up into the Calendras to learn. So I'm still not sure how to keep this entire world from collapsing into total just everybody dies, but just because I can't fix that part yet doesn't mean I shouldn't be working on the rest of it, because I will fix this and then I will already be here. So thumbs up on that. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, and even though I count American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand, with my depression, fibromyalgia, ADHD, and more, oh, good golly, Miss Molly, sometimes I'm amazed I can remember what my own name is. So, we have Daniel Rivas, thank you very, very much. And there is Rottweilers, appreciated. Potato Munching Nugget, I like that name very much, thank you. S. Lanin, thumbs up. Confused Owl 29, good to see you in the comments. We have Russian Timing, always good to see you. Denial, thumbs up, and I'll have to answer that question, hopefully more tomorrow. And then Prog Trip, thumbs up and thank you. Sebastian Ferris, greatly appreciated and good to see you. We have The Pumpkin Eater, thumbs up and thank you. We have IX Intel, greatly appreciated. The Great Jaw _MES, thumbs up. There is Baj Blast, thumbs up. Goose Music, I like the name, thumbs up. Foddy TV, Fodley? I can't really... Fodley TV, thumbs up and thank you. And then there's Use Nerd, always good to see you. Ben B, thumbs up and thank you. True Vortex 02, greatly appreciated. Colin Reisenauer, thumbs up. Alex Devlin, thumbs up. There's Riley Van Belt, thumbs up. Cellar Door Whispers, I like the name and thank you. And then there is Lucifer, always good to see you in the comments as well. Nora Eld, thumbs up. And last but not least, Bruce Cawthorn. Thank you all so very much for having left a comment. None of you had to do so, and the fact that you did so was awesome. And it gets me out of my head into the world, dealing with real people, if only in text, and that's very, very good. When you have depression and more, it is good to get extra voices into the echo chamber of your skull. Definitely a thumbs up. If you could check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, Patreon.com. If you could become a Patreon.com patron, like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money through the patronage, if you could donate through the PayPal link down below, that would be very cool. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money, I have an Amazon wish list link that I have to double check on the cat food part. But there should be cat food, hamster bedding, silly things, not silly things. If you could check it out, that would be very, very cool. Now, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. And of course, if you could hit the notification bell and the subscription button, that would be very awesome. Definitely a thumbs up as well. Well, good golly, Miss Molly. I actually don't have anything much more to say. So, the lobster hat wearing duckhead of judgment does suffer from a surplus of scorn. It is ready, not eager, but ready to cast that scorn upon any and all whom it finds disappointing. Its mockery is severe. Do not disappoint the lobster hat-wearing duck head of judgment. It suffers from a surplus of scorn. And Black Lives still matter. It's true. It is true. And justice for everybody, the jackbooted, brown-shirted fascist thugs in police uniforms who keep beating, brutalizing, and murdering American citizens in their homes and on the streets. Joy. Thumbs up for that. Well, good golly, Miss Molly, I have this video here, I have therapy today, and then that always does stuff to my head, no matter how nice, so it's going to be fun getting a second video ready for today. I have no idea what I'm going to do. We'll all find out together. Thumbs up for that. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend. And of course, wear a mask, wash your hands, try not to touch your face. Please stay in if you don't have to go out. And if you have to go out, practice your social distancing. It's the only way we're going to get through this. So, be as creative as you can. Practice as much self-care as you can. And I will see you, my friend.